Families of quadrilaterals. How can I organize all of these shapes? Watch this short video to better understand the hierarchy of quadrilaterals. To organize the quadrilaterals, start with the definitions. A parallelogram is a quadrilateral with both pairs of opposite sides parallel. A rhombus is a quadrilateral with 4 congruent sides. A rectangle is a quadrilateral with 4 right angles. A square is a quadrilateral with 4 right angles and 4 congruent sides. A trapezoid is a quadrilateral with exactly 1 pair of parallel sides. A kite is a convex quadrilateral with 2 pairs of adjacent congruent sides and whose opposite sides are not congruent. Categorizing the square. Does a square satisfy each definition? Let's test each one. Does a square satisfy each definition? Let's test each one. A parallelogram is a quadrilateral with both pairs of opposite sides parallel. A square is a parallelogram since both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. A square is also a rhombus because the 4 sides are congruent. A square is a rectangle since there are 4 right angles inside of the quadrilateral. A square is obviously a square, so this one works as well. A square is not a trapezoid because there are 2 pairs of parallel sides, whereas a trapezoid is exactly 1 pair. And it is not a kite since it does not fulfill this definition either. The opposite sides are congruent, and this says are not congruent, so a square is not a kite. A common misunderstanding is thinking that a shape can only fall into one category, and that's not true. A square is all of these things: a quadrilateral, a parallelogram, a rhombus, a polygon, and a rectangle. Here's a hierarchy. So here we have a little tree that shows that quadrilaterals are all polygons, parallelograms, trapezoids, and kites are quadrilaterals, rectangles and rhombi are parallelograms, and a square is a rectangle, a rhombus, a parallelogram, a quadrilateral, and a polygon. Here is another way to visualize the hierarchy of quadrilaterals. All squares are rectangles, rhombi, parallelograms, quadrilaterals, and polygons. However, there are some quadrilaterals, like the trapezoid, that does not fall into the categories here. Let's complete the chart. There can be multiple entries in each cell. Alright, so an equilateral quadrilateral would be a rhombus and a square. An equiangular quadrilateral would be a rectangle, since there's 90 degrees in every interior angle, and also a square. The diagonals are perpendicular. That would be a rhombus, a kite, and a square. The diagonals are congruent. Rectangle, square, and an isosceles trapezoid. Has at least 1 pair of parallel sides. Well, this is going to be everything except a kite. So parallelogram, a trapezoid, rhombus, rectangle, isosceles trapezoid, square.